Ah, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. For only one day of the year, it really does seem to invade the entirety of a month. And a bit of the previous month, and a bit of the following month. That's why we're talking about the infamous celebration we have in December, the time where we go and have Christmas dinner with our family, extended family and all that, go and sing Christmas carols and then get sued for singing those Christmas carols, and what else? Decorating a Christmas tree. And during the Christmas holidays, people decide to decorate these trees with various different things, from the common stuff like baubles and tinsel and lights, to some of the more obscure stuff. Some of the things you created when you were little, some scenes of the nativity play, or something I insisted on adding this year. How about decorating your Christmas tree with a Lego gun? Hi, my name's Dylan Vole and welcome back to a brand new video here on the Arsenal of Bricks. Today, with credit to Jellotron, we're going to be taking a little look at this awesome Lego Mini AK-47. And despite the fact that it is literally the tiniest thing I've ever built, perfect enough to match the size of one of our other little Christmas tidbits, I can actually shoot it. So today I'm going to be talking about this Lego Mini AK-47, but before we do so, allow me to show you a quick shooting montage of this Lego gun.
Aha.
Now that you've got a glimmer of how this gun may work from the shooting montage, it is now time to talk you through the details of this Lego weapon. This is a mini Lego replica of the iconic AK-47. Created by Jellotron 3000, this is a shooting mini Lego gun that shoots these small missiles. Now, It's actually worth noting that the original version, the one actually on YouTube under his channel name, uses flick missiles. So the idea would be is that you would put the shell in here and slot it in when you've cocked the bolt back like this, and then you put a flick missile there. Sadly, I don't really have any flick missiles that are small enough to do the design. Hence, I'm using these small missiles like this. They still work quite well, despite the issues with orientation. Now that we've taken the Lego gun apart, let us have a look at some of the features of the weapon. First of these features is the bolt and barrel of the gun. The bolt is a simple component here, which is a Technic piece that looks a bit like that. The first feature we're going to be talking about is the barrel and firing mechanism of the weapon. The actual piece used to fire the round is very simple. It uses this cross-section Technic rod infused with the Technic Connect here on a Technic 2 tool rod infused with the base plate there. The base plate part allows you to push this down, and then when I load a round in like this, and when I push this down so that this cross-shaped piece aligns with the barrel, the round shoots, just like so. The next feature we're going to be talking about is the piece that holds the trigger in. So this is the grip of the weapon, and this is the trigger piece. The trigger piece attaches onto this receiver of the gun, just like so. And the receivers attach to the barrel and bolt of the gun, like this. The result looks a little bit more like so. And the trigger works in a way that when you pull the bolt back like this, to push the actual bolt away from the barrel, the trigger helps pull the bolt right down, assisting in an easier fire motion. Just to demonstrate, reload around, pull the trigger, and a round shoots out the barrel, just like so. The next feature of this Lego gun is the magazine. The magazine is here purely for show and has no bearing on the gun's performance. You can elect to slot in the magazine into the gun like so, or remove it as you fire, but doing so will affect no part of the performance. It is a decorative piece only. Next feature of the weapon is the stock. Just like with the magazine, it is purely for decoration. There's nothing much to be gained with attaching this thing on. It is just a simple collection of Lego Technic rods and pieces, which is shaped like a regular AK stock. Well, as best as we could anyway, it's Lego. And here's the end of the weapon, and here's the stock. To attach the stock, you slot the stock onto the gun, just like so. And alas, the AK-47, well the mini version anyway, is complete. The final feature of this Lego gun is the iron sights. The iron sights are as basic as iron sights go, two cross-shaped reticles on the front and rear sight. However, for a gun this small, it's pretty damn good. All in all, this Lego gun is pretty good and does have quite a few features, even though the weapon may be a novelty. All in all, this Lego gun seems pretty good so far. It's got all the features you want, but now it's time to do a bit of shooting of this Lego gun to get a better feel for it. Alright then, let's shoot. One last shot. After having a little shoot around with the weapon and giving you a few of the features, it is now time to talk you through my personal opinions of this tiny Lego gun. So, because there's not really much to talk about with this Lego gun, allow me to summarise before I give you any of the points. Not something I usually do, but there's very little to talk about. This is a very innovative piece by the creator Gelotron that encompasses many features that many other Lego YouTubers try and implement. Remember, I did tell you this is supposed to have shell ejection. I just don't have the right flick missiles to show that happening. I might be able to show you a quick clip of it shell ejecting at the end though. And he's put many features people dream of putting in their Lego replicas, which end up being really massive, into a gun around about the size of your hand. Really cool. Really cool. It's got so many things going for it. Shooting, magazine. It's just really amazing. Just a few problems with this gun though. Of course, these are a few problems that Gelotron himself might not be able to control. First thing being the magazine. If you've noticed, the bit on that's supposed to be on the top of the magazine, like this, ends up being attached to the actual gun itself. Kind of detracts from realism. That's one of the things he might not be able to control though, so it's only a very small nitpick. Another slight nitpick is as you shoot it, the bolt ends up travelling farther and farther away from the shooting mechanism until it does that. Well, maybe not that, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it does kind of shift away slightly. You have to do every few shots, maybe just clasp it in like that. Job's a good one. Another slightly bad feature is the sights. The sights aren't that great, though I will say that's not a very controllable feature. He hasn't been given much to work with when creating his tiny Lego guns. He might have made it better in some of his other videos, but they're just two cross-shaped reticles. Not nifty if you want to be using it as a sight. Another not so great feature, which is something that can be controlled, is this rubber band. The problem with this rubber band is if it blocks the barrel, and say I load in a round, like this, and the rubber band, it provides tension to the weapon, it is a bit too high up, shooting this is near impossible. Best practice to do is just shift this rubber band down every time you can, or every time you notice it going up a bit too much, to help optimise your experience with the weapon. He has done stuff to solve this. He's started using springs in some of his guns. He's started using magazines and stuff like that. But all in all, this Lego gun is a very innovative piece. It's absolutely amazing. It's a bit of a novelty piece, something that I'll either hang on my tree, as you've seen me do, or put as a desktop decoration, but it's got so much going for it, and I think you guys should build it. There's a few tutorials on how to do it online, but do you really need them? Now, it takes a lot of talent to create the thing itself. Gelotron is very talented in creating it. But does it take much to recreate it? I think not. Any of you, if I show you this side and that side, along with some of my details of the gun, honestly, you should be able to recreate it, no fuss whatsoever. So now we've talked about this Lego gun and gave my opinion on it, I think now it's time to put it in its rightful place on my little Christmas tree. And that concludes this evening's video. Now if you like the video, give it a like, and if you want to see more, click subscribe. And of course, going back to the accurate and powerful Lego Gun series, I'm going to be showing you this awesome bullpup Lego rifle. And this Lego rifle is no joke. It is absolutely amazing, really powerful. I'm going to demonstrate now. I've got 3 loaded in. I'm going to aim for that sign on the gate. I've hit the signs twice. Thank you for watching, Merry Christmas, and keep on building.